Gemini, welcome to your general love reading for singles for 5 till 11 February. I hope that you're doing well. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising and Ascending. Those dealing with a Gemini, Gemini in your chart, wherever it is lying Gemini, this reading is for you. If it resonates, claim it without a doubt. All right. Please remember that this reading is general. There's a first card that actually came out there for you. Some of you face some challenges. You face some real uphill battles there. We're going to look into this a little bit more. It was definitely necessary, but just because it was necessary doesn't mean that it was any easier. I can see that you've gone through a very, very challenging period there with love, my beautiful, beautiful Geminis. All right. If it's your first time here on the channel, I'd like to welcome you. I hope that you would consider subscribing. If you're coming back, I'd like to welcome you back. Thank you so much for your support. It really means everything to me. For those of you that are interested in card reading, or even maybe you're newly spiritually awakened, oh my goodness, look at this. You might want to check it out. I do have some courses down below in the description. The links are in the description. Gemini, there in your recent past, you've got the Tower energy, you've got the Three of Pentacles, and you've got the Nine of Cups. So, bit of a painful situation that happened here for some of you, Gemini. And from my heart, I'm sending you so much love. I can see that things didn't work out the way that you would have, maybe anticipated them to work out, the way that you would have liked them to work out, the way you may have prayed for them to work out. And you know what? This may seem so bad, so ominous, but I feel that for you, this was actually a breakthrough. It was a necessary separation that has taken place there for you. Beautiful, beautiful Gemini. You've got the Three of Pentacles there in the recent past as well, the energy that contributed towards the here and the now. That past experience was necessary. It may have been painful, but it was necessary. There are certain things that I feel that you needed to realize. Some of you may have wanted to make something work with a previous person. You would have really, really liked that. But I do feel that there was the realization that it's better to move forward, because I can see here that you had some hopes. You maybe really wanted to give this person a second chance. You really thought that you can make it work. You were really prepared to put everything into it, which is really great, but in there also lies the problem. Because when we are ready to 100%, completely surrender to a connection and to give everything to the connection and to someone else, what we sometimes end up doing, and this is something that can happen for you, Gemini, the sacrifice that you end up making is yourself. And that is a sacrifice you don't want to make, okay? Because then you get what your heart desires, but it doesn't feel right, it doesn't sit right, all right? In your current space, Father of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles, this is you being in your strength. I feel, Gemini, that you needed to, it's almost like you needed some time to really go into your strength here for a moment there. Maybe life wasn't going all that well for you. Things weren't going all that strong for you. Things weren't going all that positively for you. So you needed a little bit of time to realign your energies here. And you are ready now. You are ready now for really powerful things. You are ready now for really amazing things. There are certain lessons that you needed to learn in that previous connection that, that ended up in disappointments. It's almost like you were seeing life. I'm sorry, there's an aeroplane flying above. It's almost like you were seeing life through rose-tinted glasses, like you were seeing it as too beautiful, too sort of idealistic, basically, and maybe a person. So life needed to shake you up a little bit so that your main focus cannot be the other person, but could be you, because that's something that you want to look out for, Gemini, that you can lose yourself in love, quite easily. And then you end up being the one that suffers, because you don't want your person to suffer, but then you suffer, all right? I can see that you learned that lesson, and you learned that lesson very, very well. And so now your energy is changing, moving out of that past energy, releasing from that past energy, moving into a new energy. And you have got the Six of Swords over here. So I don't know, but it seems like this previous person, I'm always wary to say something like this, especially on a general reading. But I feel that somehow this previous person, like, you may have really been there for one another, but they sort of somehow just used you. It could be, maybe it was just physical, maybe they just wanted something from you, but they were sort of somehow just using you. And I feel that you were just like giving and giving and giving and losing yourself along the way. And so it's like you needed to really forgive yourself for that and really move into a light of higher possibility, which is paying off incredibly well, because what's coming towards you is so much better than what's behind you. You know, this is a beautiful divine connection of love, twin flame connection, high level commitment, that perfect person at the perfect time, that perfect connection at the perfect time. Mother of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, growing something beautiful together, growing a beautiful life together. You and your person starting something beautiful together. A balance in the resources. So it may be that you know, maybe sources weren't so balanced, resources weren't so balanced, resources are balanced now, and you know, the energy, the person that's coming to you, it's a person that, you know, I'm not saying that the other person wasn't willing to do that, maybe they were just not able to do it, but you know, you are willing to give 100% and you're dealing with someone that's willing to give 100% as well. So it's very balanced. All right, which is beautiful. Let's clarify. Let's see what it is that we have for you, beautiful Gemini. So if we can clarify and see what is that recent past energy there, because there was definitely a disappointment, there was definitely a heartbreak. Some of you might be reeling from it a little bit still. You know what I feel, and you know, I say this with all respect and all love, but I feel that that past person isn't really worthy of your tears. You know, I really, really feel that. In your recent past clarification, we got the Four of Swords, you got the King of Wands, and you got the Magician energy, which is also, you know, a communication sort of energy. It's a Mercury energy, it's about ideas and communication. You are ready for new, you are ready for a new connection, you are ready for a new commitment. You know, I see that you already started becoming ready. So whatever happened, it's almost like you said to yourself, I'm not going to set myself up for these painful connections anymore, where I'm the one who suffers and stuff like that. You know, I'm only open to the highest good and to the greatest good. And I can see that, you know, that started to come towards you. You started to love yourself more. You started to become very clear about what it is that you want in love, but also in life, what you want your experience to be like holistically. And so you basically started to rewrite the script of what happens for you in life. You really became ready, you know, and I can see for some of you, you were literally in that space of like, I'm not going to place myself in a position where I feel this way again. So you changed the energy, you became ready for that beautiful high level commitment, you know, connection. All right. What's happening in your current space? So you got the Two of Swords, little bit on the fence there when it comes to love. You got the Ten of Swords. This other person is still sort of in your energy, I can tell, and the Death card energy. So you may have thought that they were completely out of your energy, but they're still there. And then we've got the Death card here, and we've got the Death card there. So the Death card is twice in your it's twice in your current energy. So this is a massive breakthrough. It's a massive breakthrough. It's a massive karmic release. You and this other person, you know, that it didn't work out with, you may have walked many, many lifetimes together. But, you know, people have this idea, when you say you walk many lifetimes together, people have this idea like, oh my goodness, that's so amazing, that's so beautiful, that's so benevolent. Well, what kind of lifetimes did you walk together? Because I feel that you and that other person, it's almost like you needed to end things in a previous lifetime already, but you tried again. So you know, you're very, like when you're good, you're good. But you do, in a sense, almost bring out the worst in one another. And sometimes, you know, that is even how, you know, our soul family helps us to make us aware of those things so that we can move away from those things. Okay? Energy heading your way, you've got the Nine of Pentacles, you have got the Queen of Wands, and also you have got the Two of Wands. So you might be dealing with an ex-person here that might say, you know what, Gemini, I never realized this, I've been such a fool, you've been the one for me all along. And interestingly enough, if that happens, then you can actually give this person a second chance. You can walk a part of life with them. It can work out really, really well. It can actually be really, really amazing. So giving a person a second chance, granted that they, you know, that they don't come with any sort of shenanigans, they have to be forthcoming, then giving them the second chance is actually recommended, and it actually does work out really, really well. All right, in Thought Tarot, we've got the Six of Wands, which literally says victory over there in every way, shape, and form. So whether you decide to, reconnect with the previous person, whether you go to someone new, whatever path you choose in life, whichever path you choose, it actually works out really, really well. It leads to happiness and it leads to joy. So whichever path you choose, all paths for you, Gemini, are leading to happiness and joy. And if that resonates with you, if you claim that for yourself, place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath, and say yes to that. All right. So that's what I got for you. Hope that it helps, Gemini. See you next time. Bye.